Oof, oh man, that 10-minute mark crept up on me. It is you who are deflecting. And I do not appreciate you trying to falsely ascribe traits and qualities to me or my arguments. Let me get a sip of coffee. Oh, ichor of life. I find it shameful that you choose to speak down onto me in such a condescending way while claiming to be following a scientific debate structure. You earlier claimed there can be no motion without time. I believe you have that backwards, as there is no way that time can be measured without movement. Correlation does not imply causation. That is another logical fallacy, but I'm sure you're capable of Googling it yourself if you do not already know what that fallacy is. Piddlefoot says, anyway, I hope this opens you up to thinking about it all more. My reply, I've been open to thinking about it this whole time and look forward to whatever example you can provide of the experiment I asked for. Just to summarize, I'm asking for you to provide me an experiment where time is removed from a controlled environment, thus causing all motion to cease. If you can do this, then that would provide evidence to prove your point, and I will accept this. In a subsequent post you made, you state, nope, going back in time is not possible, sorry. Only going forward in time is actually physically possible. And I point out, this statement stands in stark contrast and opposition to your title, where you state, do the laws of physics prevent going back in time? The answer might shock you. The first two lines of your post read as, impossible, end of discussion. So you posit the question, if the laws of physics prevent going back in time, then you answer that question yourself by stating impossible, as in it is impossible for the laws of physics to prevent going back in time. So you contradict yourself when you state further in the topic that, nope, going back in time is not possible, sorry, only going forward in time is actually physically possible. Which I agree with, but it stands in defiance to your initial stance, which is why I asked for the experiment of removing time from a controlled environment and blah, blah. See, I keep repeating myself because he doesn't seem to get it. He's either consciously aware of what I'm asking for and he's not providing it, or he's confused and he's mistaking what I'm asking for. So rather than insulting Piddlefoot and calling him a dumb, stupid head, foolish face, I'm just like, hey, let me just repeat myself calmly over and over and over, and maybe he'll get it and figure out what I'm asking for and stop providing me irrelevant information. At this point, it seems we are in agreement that time travel is not possible. Whether this is because of the laws of physics or some other explanation is cause for further debate, and I'd enjoy participating in that debate. If you can provide me with the experiment I asked for, that would also be nice to discuss. But please do not accuse me of disrupting and disrailing this topic, as those carry consequences behind them, and I do not appreciate being accused of things that are not happening. I am actively participating and contributing to this debate. It is disingenuous of you to make the accusations you have against me. The multiverse theory is another interesting subject that could merit its own topic, as is discussing the notion that since while standing, my head is further away from the ground than my feet are, that my head and feet are experiencing different amounts of gravity. And if that would mean my head is experiencing time differently than my feet, that's a thinker. Now I'm going to go ahead and spoil it for you. Piddlefoot does speak further in this comment, but he does not address me. And technically, I consider that a win. Because you see, if Piddlefoot cannot provide the experiment or the evidence that I asked for, then the only way he could respond to me is to be condescending and to argue. We're no longer debating. And you know what? If he doesn't have anything nice to say to me, I'd prefer he doesn't say anything to me at all. And if he's no longer accusing me falsely of things that I'm not doing, and he's no longer calling me champ, then hey, fine. He left me alone, and that's what I wanted. Get off of my dick. Get off of my nuts. If you're not bouncing on my lap, then get off of it. Don't sit on my fucking knee. I'm not Santa Claus. Get off of my dick, okay? And he did. He got off of my dick. So, Piddlefoot, hey, if somebody directed you to my channel and you're seeing these videos, bro, thank you. I'm not trying to attack you. I'm not coming at you. I don't want you banned off of Steam. I don't want you suspended. I just want you to get fucking right. Act like a fucking moderator. Quit being a douchebag, man. If you're not, I mean, there's nothing wrong with your opinions. You can hate Trump. You can fucking hate the education system. Your opinions are your own. But my guy, you got to keep them off of the fucking Steam forums. Dude, Piddlefoot, add me on Steam. Message me in private, bro. Let's talk about whatever you want to talk about. Now listen, I can have a conversation with you, but not on the public forums, not about politics. That shit don't work. Sir Dirt. Yes, well, in non-egotistical terms for normal folk, are we going to remain dead or will we be revived in the future from particle scientists? One sentence, please, unless you're one of those all dumb folk must die type of smarties. Okay, so I give him a one-sentence reply. I don't know. My only response is that I can't provide you with any kind of credible answer. Sir Dirt's got a reply. Something must make religious folks see science better, but without promise to heaven, they will not listen. I know in my own pain and the loss of the fairy tale ideals once thought to be truth, but this ideal of time-traveling, immortal scientists who always have enough time to save all life forms from death is what keeps me going after the loss of fairy tales is truth. You know, a lot of people really don't like Sir Dirt, but he's got some interesting things to say. I'm not sure if he's trolling with the way that he presents himself, but it's entirely possible that he's not trolling. Maybe he's just weird and autistic like, I don't know, like I am. So, he's quite the interesting person. I've sent him a friend request. I wonder if he'll accept it. Oh, man, look at this. Look at this post. I'm going to make a whole nother video just to, well, I have to make another video because there's another page. But this whole post right here, it's fucking wonderful. The notion of time is not a physical notion alone. In physics, time only exists in formulas related to energy and movement. But the pure existence of time is highly disputable. That's the French word for debatable. An observed movement is not a direct evidence for the existence of time. It could be a simple state change of the environment that our perception organs are registering. Compare these two examples. Ooh, I love it. I love it when people give examples. A rocket accelerating in space has an impulse and kinetic energy output. You can see it change its place, but is this time elapsing or just space changing its state? It's impossible to say. Example 2. At two different places, a light A is switched on at place A, while the other light B at place B is switched off. Then, light A is switched on and light B off. Observing this is the same as the previous example. You have the illusion that something is moving, but there is no impulse, no kinetic energy output. This optical illusion is a pure consequence of our organic receptors, eyes, and interpretation of our brain output. It's a change of the environment state, but again, has time elapsed? We can't say for sure. And for everything not involving movement or energy changes, time is not a relevant factor at all. There are a lot of formulas in physics, not including time. Next video.